Hi guys, welcome back to Love Letters to Broadway, where we give you tips, tricks, advice, and talk about all things Broadway. My name is Skylar,
And I'm Michelle.
and so we always start each episode as this is our seventh episode. No,
It's
eighth,
our
my bad.
eighth.
That's wild.
That's already
We
two
just talk.
months worth.
Oh my God,
Wow.
look at us staying consistent.
Very nice. Very
Okay,
nice. Building
there we
up.
go. Which is shocking because I feel like we've just gotten busier and busier.
Yeah, but we
But
always prioritize our Love Letter to Broadway fans. We got to keep
yeah,
them happy and entertained.
hey, if we could do this just for a living, that'd be iconic. But
Dream, dream.
there's that. That's yeah. So we always start each episode kind of talking about what we've been like obsessing over or our hyperfixation songs. And we've had like a lot of old musicals resurface, so hopefully you guys are learning something.
Yeah, I hope that our listeners are actually going out there and playing some of these songs if they haven't heard them before, or maybe rediscovering them for
Yeah,
themselves.
because I feel like sometimes we do that. Like
Yeah.
listen, re-listen to a song. At least like last week, a lot of my songs were like old, not old musicals, but like stuff I haven't listened to in a bit.
Yeah, same. I think I had Hairspray, I had Ragtime,
Yeah,
which we
we
still
gotta
need to
get to
get
those.
tickets to.
Yeah. We got lots to do. We need to hire somebody. I've decided to just
Yeah.
monitor ticket prices. Like, how sick would that be?
I feel like we need a free assistant. So applications are
Yeah, free.
open. You can reach us at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com.
Yeah, heighten the word free. Just do it for the love of Broadway. Until we
Yeah.
start making money. But that's iconic. Okay, do you want to go first?
Sure thing.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we're going British today. Number three is a song that I don't know if it's been on my list before, but I've recently started listening to it again, and I don't really know why.
Hmm.
It's Roaring On from The Great Gatsby.
The party's roaring.
Roaring on.
That's a good one. That's a
Thank
good
you.
one.
I've been into jams this week. Like I haven't really been into ballads.
Yeah, and we're so opposite. I'm like
I know.
depresso in my sad music. Like the party's roaring.
No, we have
Love
to
it.
get you opposite of Depresso because, well, we're hoping, please God, to see Aaron Tveit and Mulan either this week or next week to fulfill
I
Skylar's
need it.
dream. So you better snap out of that Depresso
I'm gonna
and
be
get into
so
the October
happy.
spirit.
I'll be like, I swear to God, if anybody sees me, like, don't even talk to me because I'm gonna be like sobbing, sweating,
Do you
freaking
know
out.
if he stage doors?
I don't even. I'll die. I think so. I don't know.
I
That's
think
a
no
good
matter what, we
question.
have to try and just see what
We would
happens.
try, but if people are psychotic, then like I'm outie. But
Yeah. But hopefully by
if
the
we get a
time
good
you
spot,
guys, yeah. Hopefully by the time you guys hear this podcast, Skylar and I will have seen or will be seeing Moulin Rouge.
manifest it.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're literally like only going so Skylar can see Aaron. Like I've seen the show 3 times. I'm good, but I'm making sure she sees him. So
I need to. I actually really like the show.
it's a great show. I feel like I've had my fill of it.
You've seen a lot. I've only seen it with, I mean, Derek Colonna, we saw. He was, oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God.
That was your
That was like
first time.
a year ago? Over a year ago now.
He was amazing. One thing we have to look up is how to get can seats. I really would love to get that if we could. That's like the
I was
one experience I
dying.
want.
Yeah. They're so expensive though, but they're already sold out for like the weekend because I definitely looked. Like,
That
I was like, that
sucks.
would be sick.
Well, okay, back to the hyperfixation songs. So number three was Rolling On from Great Gatsby. Number
Good.
two. is another jam of mine.
Mm.
Number two is from Anne Juliet. It's
Ooh.
Domino.
Oh, interesting.
Sometimes I get into that one like the I'm dancing right now. Sometimes I wish we went on video.
The problem is when we record this, we're both looking like who done it and ran because we're so
Yeah. Pajamas, messy buns, no
literally. I
makeup.
don't even know what my hair. You don't want to see me right now. You just don't.
Yeah, the only people that gets to see us right now is each other. So,
Yeah, exactly. The best
but
type
yeah,
of friendship.
that's how you know it's true friendship.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I've been jamming to that today a lot in
Hmm.
particular. Um,
Interesting.
I don't know. Sometimes it makes me groove, and I love like the little like bridge when it's like, "Oh
It makes
baby,
me groove.
baby, got me feeling so."
I'm gonna start saying that from here on out. This all makes me groove. That's so funny. That's such a good.
You never heard me say that before?
I don't know. It's just like today it's hitting in my
Hmm.
Delulu state. This made me groove. Like
That's what I always look for in a song is if it makes me have a good groove. I need to be able to dance. So yeah, that's number two, and then number one. Sorry to disappoint everyone. Is actually not a Broadway song, and I hope that's all right.
oh,
So
wait, no kids?
no, I'm so sorry. I feel like you want me to
What
have a
the
kid song on here.
I feel like it's on brand. What the heck?
I think it's actually the opposite of a kid song.
Oh, what
So
is it?
number one this week. Let me explain why it's number one first. So, for
Okay.
some reason, my whole FYP on TikTok has changed into Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet and Short and Sweet tour. And I don't know
Really?
why, because I've never even like really listened to her music much. Like I know the big songs, but I never really listened to it. But the
Yeah.
tour just looks so much fun. Like I know they just did shows at MSG and now I have like real like FOMO because it just looked great. So I listened
Yeah.
to her album and it's the song Juno. And again,
Hmm.
it's a groove. It
Oh,
makes you
really?
move. Yeah, and it makes you like shake your hips like, and I like it.
I never heard it. That's
I'm gonna make you
makes you
listen to it.
That's funny.
Tomorrow when I see you, I'm making you listen to it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never I
Ap-
don't know.
Apparently the song is about liking a guy so much that you want him to make you pregnant like Juno.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I'm like,
I'm
not a kid song.
I'm dead. I need to listen to that.
Yeah, it's very un-Michelle, but I like it.
Yeah. There you go. I'm getting into it on this lovely weekday. Wow, I never even realized that. Okay. That's
Listen,
cool.
my grooves help me get through the week, and that's what matters.
Yeah. I'm more of like a mood, I guess, maybe listener. I don't know.
Hmm.
Like based on my mood, I pick songs,
Hmm.
which this week is interesting.
I want to hear them.
Yeah, so I've been re-listening to Waitress a lot. I love that musical.
Oh.
I saw it like three times. I saw Jeremy Jordan. I
Mm.
saw Catherine McPhee, and I saw Shoshana Bean. It was
Mm.
so good. I loved it. But one of the songs that always stand out was "She Used to Be Mine," and that's like a really sad song, but it's so beautiful. I
It's
can't
so
even like,
pretty.
right? Like, and Jesse Mueller's voice just gets me.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
gotta be
I've been listening
honest.
to that.
Yeah, like, I gotta be honest. I watched the pro shot. Coincidentally, for some weird reason, I watched it when I was on a plane ride. It was free. Thank you, Delta.
Yeah,
But I didn't like it. Waitress. I never
yeah,
saw it, but like when it was like on stage, maybe I would have liked it more. I just think it wasn't my type of musical. You know, we're very like in some ways we're very similar with our taste, but in some
yeah.
ways we're so opposite.
No, yeah, definitely like, um, it's definitely sad. I mean, there's a lot of like. different themes going on, like heavy topics. I loved it. I just loved, oh, I guess spoiler maybe? Spoiler. At the- alert, alert.
Alert, alert, spoiler, spoiler, activate.
I just love how at the end, you know, how she is cheating on her husband with Dr. Potomac. I can never say it
Mm-mm-mm.
correctly. But at the
Mm.
end, even though he, births her child or whatever, she chooses herself. She doesn't choose a man. She chooses to live her life for her daughter and
Mm.
kind of not fall down another path. I loved it. I think it's a great show. I love that song. I remember hearing it at the Tony Awards in my living room and being like, I need to see the show. When
Mm.
Jessie Mueller performed it, I was like, oh my God.
Did you
But yeah,
see her in the show?
I didn't. I didn't.
Uh,
I saw Catherine McPhee
she has a
and
great
then
voice too.
Shoshana Bean twice. Yeah,
Good
they were
cast
great.
though.
Yeah, that was a good musical. So back on like the Mulan train, number two, Come What May. Love it.
The
Jamming.
ballad? There's
I've
so
been
many
jamming.
good songs. You choose the ballad?
Yeah, I love that song.
I mean, it's a beautiful song, but the ballad?
Of course I do. It's me. Literally, it's me. That's all I listen to. Like
Like, see,
people,
like I would choose like Shut Up and Dance or something like that. Like, I need to get my groove on.
you
We're
need to get your groove. I'm like, let me zen out. Come
we're so
what may.
opposite.
Or like your song I love. I love the
I do like
Elephant
that one.
Love Melody. That one's
Hmm.
good. But I guess this is like predictable. Like what do you think my number one is? It's kind of predictable.
Throwing in the towel, Outsiders.
Wow. No. But it should be. I haven't
What?
listened to that. It's actually Roxanne
You know what?
from Mulan.
That
That
one,
makes sense.
that one, I applaud you. That's a good choice.
Thanks.
That's a
But I
great
gotta say,
choice.
I've been listening to Aaron's version, but I've also been doing a little slime tutorial for Jamie's version. Not gonna lie.
His version's
So
great.
just make sure you're not recording with your phone up in the air. Thank you very much.
All I'm gonna say is when we go, Aaron better do that opt up.
Yo,
I've never
I'm
heard
like,
him do it.
I I don't think I'll be able to like breathe after. But my anxiety is like whatever day we choose, like imagine he's out, like, and I'll like literally sob.
I don't
Like I'll
think
be
that
like,
would happen. I mean, I mean, unless it's an emergency, like they have it announced on
yeah,
their website and like I think it's on Lucky Seat as well, like what shows he's out. So unless it's an
yeah.
emergency, I feel confident we will see him.
Because like that's what's stressing me out. Like I swear to God, I just need to see this man. I've never seen him live, and I've loved him for years. I watched him in that cop show, Next to Normal. What was
Wait,
that?
what?
Graceland?
He had a cop
Graceland.
show?
Yeah, he was an undercover cop. I love that show. I think it was called Graceland.
Wow. Did you
I
watch him in a Schmigadoon?
was right. No, I didn't.
I
I
haven't
didn't
watched
watch
that
that show.
show either. I gotta watch it. You know, it's all musical theater. Like, I don't know why we haven't watched it.
What is on?
I think, you know what? I think it was on Apple or something. Like, I think we need a certain
Oh, that's
subscription.
why. I don't have that subscription. There's too many subscriptions.
I know that I want, like, I feel like we gotta get Apple just so we can watch that show and then cancel it. And I also really want to get Broadway
Good
HD
idea.
so we can watch Between the Lines.
Yeah, we definitely should do that. Again, we're you can reach us at
Love letters to Broadway at gmail.com if y'all want to offer us like a little sponsorship and we'll use
our
your
promo.
platforms. Give me a little shout out in the podcast, a little shout out on
Of
Instagram, shout out on
course.
TikTok.
Of course. That would be great. Since there's so many subscriptions. No, but really we gotta do that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
we have like a whole list of things planned in our heads. We just got to get it out.
I know we gotta write it down. I feel like I'm more likely to accomplish it if we write it down.
Yeah, we really should start doing that. Make like a shared Google Doc.
Oh, that's a good idea. Definitely a
Um,
good idea.
so I guess moving on from our hyperfixation songs of the week, which I think all were fantastic choices, by the way.
Yeah,
We had a
honestly,
good
a little
week.
shout out. We have new music,
Yeah.
new obsessions.
New obsessions. I think our audience has now really seen how opposite we are.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, we really are.
But you know what? I feel like opposites make the best friendships.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
No, definitely. But like we still bond on like loving certain things.
Yeah,
I don't
we
think
do
there was
have
a
similar
musical,
interests.
yeah, because I don't think there was a musical we went to like this season where I was like, I hate it, you love it.
I don't think so. I mean, I think there were musicals that we went to that like maybe one of us loved more than the other,
Yeah, that
but
makes
our
sense.
opinions for the most part aligned. What's
Yeah.
interesting is like the musicals we don't agree on, we did not see this year, like Cough Cough, Les Mis. The OG listeners know our opinions about that and who likes it and who does not.
I have such a funny story actually. So at work, no, not at work. Why did I say at work? At a party, I meant to say, like a family party that I was
Hmm.
at. Um, my mom and one of my family friends, they were talking about Broadway, and we were talking about how often I've been going, whatever. And my mom comes in and she's like, "Yeah, she forced me to see Les Mis years ago. I've never been back because she sobbed so hard." And she's like, "Who would love that musical?" They're like, "What's your favorite musical?" I was like, "Probably Les Mis." My mom was like, "I sobbed the whole time. She forced me to go with her." So I
That's
don't know.
so
I love it.
funny. I could picture
Yeah, she
your
did
mom
not like
doing
it.
that.
Sobbing. Literally, she's like, I couldn't even breathe at one point. Like, who loves that musical?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a little funny snippet. Meanwhile, I
That's
was
so
like grinning. I was
funny.
like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. This is so moving. And she's sobbing.
I I just like, you know what I think my mistake was? I've never seen it live. I've only ever seen the
Yeah.
movie, and I think that makes the
No, yeah,
difference.
it's
I
definitely different.
like the movie was hard for me to sit through. Like I'll never forget my mom and I like we just hated the movie so much. Like we had to like watch it on three separate occasions. Like it took us like almost like a week to get through the entire movie. We had to like watch a bit, stop, watch the next day, pain through it, stop, watch the next day, and I was just like, I can't stand it. I mean, great music,
They
classic
love
music.
it.
It's just like the story itself. I was like, this is painful.
Aaron Tveit was in it. But did you know that this is just a random side piece about Lame is the movie, and then we'll move on. But did
Hmm.
you know that they didn't pre-record their singing? They had a piano player on set and they sang live.
Oh. You know, I think
Yeah,
I think I heard that before. But
yeah,
wow,
very
that's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
You know,
cool.
now that I think about it, you could tell like some of the vocals are live song.
Yeah, I mean, Russell Crowe wasn't the best pick for, you know,
Wait,
but
did he was good for the memes. Did
yeah,
so like even like the big group numbers, like One Day More, like that was all live song? Like and just layered, I
I'm
guess?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure that part. But I
Wow.
remember watching something about saying like um when she sang on my own,
Mm-hmm.
they showed it live and how they didn't have the orchestration. They just had the
Mm-hmm.
piano and her singing. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like her
Wow.
voice, Samantha Bark or Bark? Barks.
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 Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's
I
lame
gotta
is.
see that. My favorite thing
Yeah.
about the Les Mis movie was Eddie Redmayne, just because he's
He
Eddie
was great.
Redmayne.
He
He was
was empty
fantastic.
chairs at empty tables. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was
Great.
drooling over Eddie Redmayne, and my mom was drooling over Hugh Jackman.
Really? I was drooling over
Mhm.
Aaron to be.
It's okay. We each got our hubbies.
There we go. No fighting. So I guess let's
Um,
move on to Broadway news and some very sad news.
yeah, it's been a very sad week in the Broadway community. We
Yeah.
lost two legends this week. We lost Maggie Smith, she was 89, and Most people will probably would know Maggie Smith from the Harry Potter movie. She plays Professor
Yeah.
McGonagall. And Gavin Creel at
Didn't we talk
48 years
about
old.
Professor Didn't I say you're like Professor I can't say that name. Didn't I say
McGonagall?
that like 2 weeks ago?
You did. Wait, but why'd you say that? Was it in the podcast or was it in person?
I think it was in the podcast.
Now I have to go
I'm
back
gonna
and
go back and
listen.
listen.
But
But
we did
yeah, we
talk about
was
Professor McGonagall.
yeah, I don't remember why I called you her.
I don't
I
remember
gotta
why
listen back.
either. Yeah.
Very sad. And Gavin Creel, so heartbreaking.
I
Like
mean,
that
both.
one shocked.
Yeah, I mean, like both situations make me like cry. Like, I mean, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so Maggie Smith like broke my heart. But Gavin Creel, the fact that he was only 48, and like
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing before that he had cancer. Like his whole like I'm just stunned. Like there are no words, and it broke my heart.
Yeah. Two greats. Two
Yeah,
greats. So rest in peace.
yeah,
There's a lot of amazing tributes going around on Instagram.
yeah.
It's just horrible. So that's very sad.
Very sad news. I'm just very thankful that I saw Gavin. I saw him in Into the Woods and Hello Dolly.
Yeah,
I'm very thankful that I got the opportunity to see him in person, like do what he was
I
meant to
definitely.
do.
And I think everyone should keep sharing like videos of his performances, keep his name alive in the Broadway community. Kind of
Yeah.
keep sharing him, keep showing him, keep saying his name because it is honestly like when I found out, I texted you right away. I was like, there's no way. I was like, this can't be real.
I feel like in some ways he's like defined modern
Yeah,
musical theater. I mean, like
you're right.
he's been in so many shows like Hair, She Loves Me, Into the Woods, Hello Dolly, like the list goes on and on. Um,
He was actually a waitress in the West End too.
oh yeah. I don't know, it's
He's such
stunning.
a legend.
Yeah,
So
it's
sad.
just
So
I'm just, yeah, I'm just stunned. Like I don't even have words.
yeah, just keep
Um,
sharing everything. Just keep sharing him. Keep saying his name. I think that's important.
yeah.
Keep his memory alive. So that's sad. So let's move on to more news. So it's Romeo plus Juliet, correct?
Well, I
I
think
I
it's
keep
still
getting
Romeo.
confused.
It's still Romeo and Juliet. It's just that it's like a plus sign instead of the word and.
Yeah. So that opened.
I think they did their first Broadway preview like this past week. I saw some footage of it online. It looks interesting. And like I heard that like people were saying that there's a lot of audience interaction. Like they run around like that entire circle in the square theater. Like people were
Oh,
saying that like standing room is great for this show. Like they'll literally come
oh,
up to
really?
you. Yeah. And I did see a clip online, thank you to Slime Tutorials, of Kit Connor like literally doing a pull up to
Oh, I
reach
saw that.
Rachel. Yeah,
How the heck
insane.
it, how did he hold his body like that?
I don't know, but I gotta see it live.
Yeah. It's definitely something that I wasn't like on my list, and then I was like, oh, this looks interesting. Um, we definitely have to try lottery or something.
Yeah, I definitely would like to try to see that if we can. And you mentioned you had texted me that there was a DJ at the stage door.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? We missed out on like a legit party. At this, I guess it was the first preview then. They had a legit DJ at the stage door, just busting
Wow.
out some iconic songs. Like it was a legit party.
Yeah. That's crazy. I saw the footage that you sent me and I was like, how is this a stage door? And but like is that
Yeah, I've
every
never
night or is
seen
that
that.
only because it was the first like stage door?
Oh, that I'm not sure.
Also,
You'll have to
I
pass it.
saw a TikTok. I think you had sent it to me actually of Kit Connor being
Yes.
catcalled at the stage door, and you can see that he's like visibly uncomfortable, and then he walks away and stops signing autographs. Just to anyone listening, please don't do that to Broadway actors. It's not nice. They're still people.
That
I
was
feel like
crazy.
yeah, like I feel like it goes back to our episode. I think it was episode like 2 or 3 where we talked about theater etiquette and stage door etiquette. Like,
Yeah,
if you're thinking about doing that, please go listen to that podcast.
definitely. They just yelled like "You're so hot," and he like signed the last playbill, and there was a long line of people, and he left. So you just ruined it by saying that and making somebody uncomfortable. You just ruined it for the people next to you. Like, so
Horrible.
selfish. Like, really terrible. Don't do that. Don't yell, "You're so hot." I would never do that.
Mm-mm. Well, it
Never in my
relates
life.
back to like when we spoke about this in that theater etiquette stage door etiquette podcast. Like when we saw someone yell to Jason Schmidt, "I love you." Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I maybe it's just me. I would never say that directly to a performer. Like you could say that like
No.
really or to your friends, but it's weird to me when
Yeah.
you're saying it to them. I'm sorry.
Especially if you're not like close with them, close friends or anything. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like it breaks the dynamic of like Broadway actors and like us. Like, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like when you're kind of like at the stage door, it's like a human experience, but now you're celebritizing them.
Yeah.
So
I
they're
mean,
not gonna want to do it.
Kit Connor is a celebrity. I mean, that's the thing. But still, I don't know. I still don't think it's right. Even if he does, have his own TV show, I just still don't think you should do it.
What TV show is he in?
Heartstoppers on Netflix.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't know
yeah,
that?
I don't watch. You know me. I'm with my books. I'm on TikTok, but like, am I on the trends? Maybe not. I'm kind of like Broadway, maybe some Jonas Brothers,
Yeah,
and
he
then
plays. I mean, I haven't watched the show, but to my knowledge, he plays the love interest of Joe Locke's character.
okay,
So yeah, that's why
interesting.
like he has like a huge following because of that show.
Okay, that
But
makes
still,
sense.
don't
Don't do
don't
it,
do it. It's gross.
weirdos. And another exciting news, Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, I am so excited to see it. They had their first previews as well this week. Apparently, Nicole Scherzinger came out with blood all over her at the stage door.
Yeah, I texted you because I saw it on TikTok and I was like, I gagged. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to be that close to somebody with blood all over her.
I don't know if I
But she
could
was just signing
either.
autographs. Yeah, she was just
Yeah.
signing.
But it's still Nicole Scherzinger. I would love to meet her. But I
It is
also
cool.
really want to meet Tom Francis.
Yeah.
I saw someone I posted on TikTok. I'm so sorry, I don't remember the username, but they posted where is the best place to stand on the street if you want to catch Tom
Oh,
singing Sunset Boulevard. There are two spots. One is right by the junior sign in Schubert Alley, but
okay.
not like actual juniors. It's on the opposite side by the parking garage on 44th Street.
Hmm.
And then the other spot is they said right under the job marquee.
Okay.
They said under the job marquee, you'll see him like walking out of the theater and walking back in. But in another spot by juniors, you'll see like all the other ensemble members start to join in the song, and you get like a good chunk there.
Wow, that's cool.
So
I'm
we
excited to
gotta
see it.
we gotta go camp out.
Yeah, we definitely should. We definitely should. We gotta figure it
Like
out. That's
like
really
I
cool.
yeah, like I want to see the actual show, but I also kind of want to see him walk on the street.
Yeah, right? Never seen that done before. Like, so cool.
I hope he.
It's a little.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we tried this morning to try to get rush tickets. We were both on at 9 a.m. Both failed miserably. Don't know how.
It was
So I'm a little
hard.
nervous about that.
I think our mistake was we logged on like exactly at 9. I think we have to be on a little bit earlier to click immediately. Um,
Yeah.
Like it was my mistake. I set my alarm for like 9 o'clock on the dot, and I woke up and I was like, click, and I was like, I should have been up like a couple minutes earlier.
But I think I was on it by like 8:59 because I
Oh,
was awake and at work. And like I tried, failed.
I we'll keep trying. I feel confident we'll get it at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely like the hype around it right now. I
Yeah,
mean, warranted, but we'll
it's good.
definitely keep trying.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're entered in lotteries. We'll keep an eye on
Yeah,
SeatGeek. I feel confident we'll get in. Also,
yeah,
something else that I heard is that this is a really good show to see in the mezzanine, um,
yeah,
compared to the orchestra. They said like with all these effects, like you want to be further up. So just keep that in mind.
yeah, definitely. I think the whatever seats we get, we're like, we'll see though.
Yeah. Some other Broadway news that was just announced, Charlie D'Amelio is going to be in Aunt Juliet.
That was the weirdest thing. That like, I mean,
Like,
cool. Okay.
cool, but like, I mean, like, I don't want to sound weird, but like, what's weird to me is she's a big celebrity and she's in the ensemble. Like,
Yeah.
she's not even like a character really in the show. So I'm a little confused about that, but apparently she's going to be in the show for 3 months, between October 29th and January 19th. Um,
Mm.
so I'm kind of curious to see her in it, to see like how much she really does in the show. I wonder if they're gonna like change
Yeah,
some things around to make her more featured.
they might. Do you think it's because Angelia hasn't been doing so hot?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, the show's amazing. Like we gave it great reviews when we
Love
saw
it.
it. So I don't know, honestly. I mean, she said that it was always her dream to be in a Broadway show. I mean, I gotta give her credit for
Mm.
going after her dream. Like, I don't know how much of this was pre-planned, like stunt casting, or how much is just like it's a coincidence she auditioned for the show and she got a role.
Yeah. It is interesting that she is only in an ensemble, but I
Yeah, I'm
don't
curious
know. That
to
one was weird.
yeah.
It's just
Like my
like,
brain,
okay.
yeah, like my brain can't really wrap around it, but I kind of want us to go see her in it. I want to see the show again
Yeah.
anyway. I loved it.
Is there a new cast going in?
Yeah, apparently, May and Francois are both leaving by like end of October. So I feel like, and I think a few other people may be leaving too. Like Betsy Wolf's
Is
also
Betsy?
leaving.
Oh, she is. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
She's been
So,
in for a bit.
yeah. So I feel like we can time it out when there's a new cast and go.
Yeah, definitely.
Other
Definitely.
casting news, Kevin Solak was just announced to play Tulsa in Gypsy.
Oh my God, I'm that cast.
It's so
Oh
good.
my God.
It's so good. I
I'm
cannot
so happy
wait.
he's in it.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why he left Outsiders, or if it was because like Sean was coming back.
Yeah, I'm confused by that, but either way, he is going to be amazing, and I need that show to come out like now.
Me too. And
Like,
I feel like if anyone deserves to really have like, I mean, because it really is like a big featured part of the show. Like he has a whole big solo dance number. If anyone deserves it, I feel like it's him. So
oh yeah,
bravo.
definitely.
Great casting.
So excited. That cast is going to be unreal.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like that's a show we may end up having to try to buy tickets ahead of time for. I feel like it's gonna be hard to get
yeah,
in.
yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
But
There's
either
a
way,
yeah,
we're
there's like
going.
a we have to. I mean, there's a lot of great shows that are about to open up. Like,
Mm.
um, what's it called? Elf's gonna be coming out. What was the other one that we wanted to see with Megan Hilty?
Death becomes her.
Yeah, Death Becomes Her is about to open
I'm
soon.
so excited.
And there's more as well. Like, this is a big fall starting, so we're gonna be seeing a lot of shows.
A maybe happy ending. Did I say
Oh
correct
yeah,
for the first time?
maybe happy ending.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
a very happy ending. I don't know.
I think it
There's a
should be a very
lot,
happy ending.
right? That sounds lovely.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like a
like it.
great show to go to.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. I want to see Ragtime at City Center. Like, we have a lot on our list.
Lots to do,
Hmm.
lots of money to be made, so we can
Very
afford.
true. Oh yeah, but we're gonna do it, and our fans of the Lovers Broadway podcast are gonna listen to those reviews and love them, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
So one last piece of news for the week, which has also caused a lot of controversy, is The
A lot.
Outsiders has released new promo videos, which is great. But people are having a lot of different feelings about the fact that Trevor is Ponyboy in the footage and not Brody, who is the lead of the show.
Hmm.
Officially, Trevor is technically the understudy as well as Josh Strobel. Um,
Yes.
I saw a few TikToks about it. People are fighting in those comments.
It's kind of crazy to me. It is weird that Brody is not in the promo. I think it's shows a lot in the fact that he's not been in the show for the last week. He hasn't been in at all.
Yeah,
Um,
but he's
Maybe
out
they
a
had a
lot.
deadline. Yeah, maybe they had a deadline or something, and they're like, all right, let's get Trevor, it's fine. Or it could mean something bigger. It's like it could either
Yeah.
mean this or it could be absolutely nothing, where they're just like, oh, we need to get this done, or it can mean something bigger.
Yeah, and I think also people need to keep in mind the promo is not for the individual performers. The promo is for the show overall. So it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I mean, to be fair, it's not even like Brody is a celebrity or anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's like the promo is for the character of Ponyboy, the character of Johnny, the character
Hmm.
of Soda Pop. It's not for Brody Grant as a performer.
Yeah. It's definitely weird how up in arms people get about that.
Yeah. And also what's really not nice is that people in the comments are like ranking the understudies. Like people are commenting, oh, Josh Strobel's
They're
better,
ranking
Trevor
them?
Wayne is better. Yeah, people are saying like oh, why are you even focusing on Trevor when Josh is right over here? Like he's better. And it's like, you know what? Every
No.
understudy brings something different to the character and they're all
Yep.
amazing in their own way. And understudies work really hard. I mean, sometimes they go on last minute, like without notice. Like be
Yeah.
respectful of that. Like, to be honest, think about it. Like, if you're one of those people that's gonna make a nasty comment, could you do what they do?
No, never. The people who do that can't. That's insane. I think, especially for Josh, he understudies Johnny and Ponyboy. Could you imagine learning two shows, lines,
Yeah.
and being able to perform it?
The two
Yeah.
leads that play opposite each other. Like, you have to remember the lines of your own character that night and who's opposite you. Like, it's wild. He has to know like multiple harmonies on every song.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Wild.
in all fairness, like Trevor only had to learn Pony's part. Josh has to know
Yeah.
both. Like, I give him a lot of credit. I give them both a lot of credit.
I just
So
think it's insane that people are being so rude.
yeah, I think it's nasty. I mean, like, I think it paints Outsiders fans in a really bad light. Like,
Yeah.
it also, I feel like, again, which is something that we've talked about in past podcasts, I feel like there are people who are fans of the show because like they think the guys are hot or they like the actual people
Hmm.
in the cast and not because of what the show is and the
Yeah.
story. And like I said before, the promo is for the story. It is not for these
Yeah.
individual performers. Like stop being so judgmental.
Exactly. I don't get it. I think it's just absolutely insane. It's
Mhm.
kind of sad to me that it could potentially lose meaning, The Outsiders, because
Mhm.
of this. Like the story is losing a little bit by people acting like that
Yeah.
instead of loving it for what it is and what it means.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
kind of breaks
people
my
were
heart.
like in mine too. I mean, people were going like gaga over the cast at the flea market, not because of the cast, like just because
Mm.
they think they were hot. I mean, girls were climbing on the lamppost again. Like, this is
I
not One
think,
Direction. This is not the Jonas Brothers. This is a Broadway
no,
musical. Be respectful of
ex
that.
exactly. And my major issue is like with Jason especially, I don't think enough people say to him that you really took the character of Soda Pop and did a lot of research because he embodied Soda Pop from the book. And like
Hmm.
he did such a great job on like little details on the fact that in the book Ponyboy talks about the fact that Soda doesn't lose his cool, but when he does it's because for a certain reason he kind of
Hmm.
reserves it, and you see him in the show, even when Dari and Ponyboy fight, he's not freaking out until the end where he's had enough and he's like, we're gonna lose each other. So
Yeah.
I don't think enough people tell him that he did such a great job. I mean, they all really did.
Yeah.
It's gonna lose the meaning, and that would literally be sad. But
Yeah, it really upsets me because it's such a well-respected and incredible story. The story
yeah,
behind the story is amazing as
yeah,
well. Like it's
it's
disappointing to me.
generational.
And
It's
it
generational.
I think the people's reaction to the promo, literally
It
it's
just
just
shows it.
promo for the show. It's a 10-minute, like a not 10-minute, 10-second video. It just shows how like immature people are being in regards to it.
It's
Like
really sad.
I'm sorry, but like, and I hope this doesn't piss anyone off that's listening, but like, we're talking about Broadway. We're talking about something that's well known for being very classy, very
Yeah,
sophisticated. Like, this is not, you're not going to a concert. You are going to a Broadway show.
the
You're
love for
going
the
for a
arts.
story. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
going because you have a love for the arts. Like, I mean, I think it's great if people have crushes on cast members or like
I mean, we
people
do, of
develop fandoms.
course.
We do. Everyone does. We talked about our Broadway hubbies earlier. But
Yeah,
just
we're not acting
remember,
like that. I don't
yeah.
know. It's weird.
But just remember what this is. It's a Broadway show. It's not like someone posted a video like when One Direction broke up or like when Zayn left
Yeah,
the group. Like Brody is still in the show. It's just a
yeah. I
promo
mean,
video. Get over
they
it.
and they haven't said anything. So like, why are you making assumptions? I think what's interesting too, just like going back on The Outsiders, my mom loved it growing up, and she was telling me that she read the book before they made the movie, and she
Mhm.
said that her and her friends had like a countdown as to when it was coming out, the movie.
Oh
So it's like
wow.
not only is it speaking to the older generation, like she's in her 50s, but it's speaking to us in the same way that story just lives on. And it's really
Mhm.
cool to see that. So I would be devastated to think that people are just going because they're hot and not finding the real meaning behind the books. As someone who loved the book growing up. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much all I'm
Like
gonna say
you know
there.
what
But
I want to ask people? Like how many people that, are supposedly obsessed with the show, how many read the books or at least know the synopsis of the book or know how the books differ from the Broadway show? Because there are differences. There's differences with the
yeah,
movies too. Like, I mean, I get not everyone likes to read. I mean, it's fine, but I want to know if how many people are aware of some of these characterizations. Or how many people were even aware that The Outsiders was a book and a movie before the show was announced?
yeah. It's definitely don't want to sound like that person, but it's definitely sad to me. I mean, I probably read it at least 3 times now, between like years ago, and I read it before I actually had to read it in school
Hmm.
because it meant a lot. And then I read it again recently because I just, after
Yeah.
seeing the musical, I wanted to see.
Yeah.
It's just sad to me.
Yeah, like my school, they never made us read the book in school, and I wish that they did.
So my
Um,
English teacher actually just saw it on Broadway. She messaged me.
oh, what she think?
Yeah, she loved every second of it, and she really like took the book and made it like so enjoyable too because the way she taught it. And I was shocked when she messaged me because she saw that we went and how many shows we see. And I was like, isn't it incredible? She's like, oh my God, they did such a great job. And she saw Josh as Ponyboy, and she was
Oh,
like,
wow.
I can't believe how they took the characters. from the book and made it come alive.
Wow. That's
So it's
amazing.
yeah, it's really important. And it's important for everyone to realize that.
Yeah. Know the origin.
Yeah. And that comes from a book nerd.
Yeah, like I would just be so curious to know how many people out there really know that, Dally dies differently in the book and in the movie. It's not
Yeah.
what happens in the Broadway show, and I don't know if people
Or
are aware of
even
that.
or even what Johnny is family. That's a different dynamic in the book than in the show.
Hmm.
There's a lot. There's a lot of little details that you don't get. But it makes sense because, it's they're doing their own thing into the musical. But I it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. And it's
Yeah.
harder and harder to get to the stage door and talk to them and express that. It's a little sad.
Yeah, it's disappointing. But yeah, so just any of the Outsiders fans out there that are listening to the podcast, just keep that in mind. Like, appreciate the story,
Yeah.
do your
If you ever have
research.
questions, message us.
Yeah, we would love
Um,
to chat.
I actually just had a big conversation with somebody about Next to Normal the other day, which was cool.
Hmm.
So we love doing that when it comes to shows, books, whatever that we love. I love talking about it.
Yeah,
So
me too. Yeah,
definitely,
actually, no, that's something in general, like to anyone who's listening or anyone who's like a fan of our podcast or just even a fan of our TikToks or Instagrams. Always feel free to message us. Like, even we had someone message us the other day asking for advice with a specific show that they wanted to get tickets to. Like, we're always
yeah,
happy to chat and give advice. Like, that's really what the page is for. Like, it's more so, I mean, yes, we see these shows for ourselves and we see these shows because we love Broadway and we love discussing Broadway. But it's also, we're here for you guys to give advice and to discuss and have someone to like talk to. Like, feel free to message us. Like, we
yeah,
really love
definitely,
it. We love
yeah,
hearing what you guys think, so please do.
definitely. So that's our long
So
spiel on that.
long spiel, but you know what? It was a necessary spiel, and I like what we said
Yeah,
about it.
definitely.
So I guess getting into the main topic of the week, which is another one of our Broadway reviews. Um,
Yay.
so this week we are reviewing Chicago,
Yeah,
which the day of Flea, surprisingly got $49 rush tickets, like third row.
insane.
Insane. It was our first time really attempting Rush as well for a show
Yeah,
in
in
general.
person. Yeah, in person, definitely. It was
Yeah.
wild. We got there like 11:50. Box office opens at 12, and we got third row. Insane.
Yeah, very exciting. So just to kind of summarize again, like how we rate these shows and what we do. So first we usually talk a little bit about a summary of the show, and then we get into ranking the show by category and kind of guides our discussion. So the categories we have it broken up into are costumes, set design, songs and music, choreography, book, ambiance slash crowd control because it's very important, casting
Hmm.
choices, and then the acting and pacing of the show. And as an honorary category, but we do not rate it, is the theater bathroom.
Again, it is so important to have a
It
good
ma
bathroom.
it makes a difference when you gotta pee, you want to pee in comfort. So,
Exactly.
so I guess just a little quick summary of Chicago. Chicago is the story of Roxy Hart and Velma Kelly. So it's technically about this woman's prison. Roxy kills her lover who tries to walk out on her, but keep in mind it was an affair. She was married. And she ends up killing him. She tries to get the husband to take the blame, and he's like, "Oh no, it was her." She goes to jail. And at the same time, uh, the other main woman in jail is Velma Kelly, who killed
Mhm.
her sister and her husband because they cheated technically with each other on her. Um,
Wild.
Wild story. But she also used to be a performer and used to tour. So she's trying to keep her name in the limelight. But at the same time, in this era, it was 1920s Chicago. A lot of times, what these mistresses who would murder their partners would become really big in the newspaper and they would kind of get their names thrown into the limelight and they would use that to kind of build up celebrity status. So Roxy wants to build her status, Velma wants to keep her status, and it's kind of a little bit about the battle between the two of them for the limelight while also battling other murders that are going on at the same time and also kind of battling like what's going on in their lives, like between Roxy and her husband and Roxy and the
Mm-hmm.
lawyer. And um it's an interesting story. It's not really an in-depth story, like it's kind of
No,
surface
definitely not.
level.
Yeah,
But it's interesting and it's kind of a story about how these two enemies end up becoming friends and helping each other. Um,
yeah.
is there anything I'm leaving out? I think that's the majority of it.
I think that's like the overview. That's great. Yeah.
Thank you. So, getting into the first topic, which is costumes, there aren't really any.
I was gonna say it's kind of lingerie, which they look great.
Yeah,
Um,
very sultry.
s- yeah, like are we? It's not like, oh my God, like these costumes are the best things. I feel like you could get it at Victoria's Secret. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you know what? I think it's also intentional to be like all black sultry because of Bob Fosse's choreography,
Yeah,
which was developed by Anne Ranking in the show. She brought it back Broadway, but
yeah.
he was very into like the sexy, sultry, show the body of the performer.
Hmm.
But literally, there's no costumes. I mean, they're all just in black leotards with a little
Yeah.
lace.
So
Like I
four.
don't, yeah, like I don't even know how to. I don't even know what to rank that. Like, I mean, it's just like for in terms of the show, it makes sense, but I would
Yeah.
like a little bit of more costume. I mean, I think the character with the most costume was Mary Sunshine, which is you find out on the show was played by a man.
Hmm.
It's one of the big reveals. Like that's probably the most costumey outfit in the show.
Yeah. They could have added like a little tint of red in the shoe or something. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Well, actually, they did have those silver heels, which is a plot point as well. But like that's kind of it.
Yeah, so I'm getting it a four. I'm sticking with that.
I think for me, I got to give it a 3.
Yeah, no
Um,
disrespect. It's just there was nothing to rate.
yeah, like even give me a little more glitter. Give me a little more
A
something.
little more glitter, yeah, definitely.
So the next is set design. Again, very
Yeah,
minimalistic. There's like no set.
the only thing is like the ladder comes in and then at the end too.
Yeah.
Push the
It is cool, like the orchestra is on stage, so like they're kind of the set,
yeah.
but it's literally just a couple of chairs on stage and the ladders, which by the way, the ladders were very shaky. I was getting nervous every time they
I
were
thought they were
on
gonna
them.
fall. I thought I was just seeing things. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Because I was like freaking out. I was like, they're gonna fall or something weird's gonna happen.
Yeah, I got really scared at a few points. I think again for the set for me, I've got to give it a 3.
Honestly, same. I mean, there's nothing to it.
Yeah, but I think that was the point. It was supposed to be very minimalistic. The costumes are minimalistic. The set is minimalistic. It's supposed to be more like the acting and the songs tell the story, but sometimes I like to see a little bit, like a
I was
little
just
bit
about to
more.
say, yeah, like I feel like I've seen videos of Chicago done elsewhere, and like they have like windows that are like red, like lights around them, and each woman during like the cell block tango each
Oh,
have or all that jazz. No, cell block tango. Oh my
yeah,
God.
probably Cell
So
Block Tango.
no, sorry. Yes, they each have their own like little window
I
that they're
love
in.
that.
I
See,
like
that would
that,
have been more entertaining. Like I just wanted a little more
right?
pizzazz.
Yeah, because I feel like that ran flat for me. Like it was funny, but like it didn't have that, oh my God, this is a cell block tango feel.
Like I almost feel like this version of Chicago shouldn't be on, I mean, it's been on Broadway, I think for like 20 years now, but I feel like it shouldn't be on Broadway. I feel like it should be off Broadway.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling. Yeah,
Like
I
literally the
felt the
only
same.
other set design was at the very end when they're about to do the hot honey rag. Like some
Yeah,
streamers come down and that's like
yeah,
it.
that was it.
Which also
Not
look like
very,
streamers you get at Party City.
yeah, it wasn't very visually appealing in that factor
Yeah.
that
I
you would
found
think Chicago would be.
yeah, I was disappointed by that.
Yeah,
I'm sticking with a three.
me too.
Songs and music. I feel like in this place, this is kind of where Chicago shines a little bit more. I
Mm,
mean, I do think there's a lot of iconic songs in it, like Cell Block Tango, incredible, all that jazz, incredible. Mr. Cellophane, another very famous number. And They Both Reach for the Gun, another famous number. Like there are big hits in this show, and I feel like they're hits for a reason. They're very old school, classic Broadway. Um,
mm.
could the songs be a little outdated now? Maybe. But at the same time, like I feel like you know a song is good when you could sit there and like in your head almost recite every line. And that's how I kind of was like during all that jazz and cell block tango. Like it's a
Yeah.
famous song.
When we were rating this, are we rating it how the actors sang it or just in general? I forget.
I think it's just like in general, like did you like the music? Do you think the music helped the story and like did it what it should do?
Okay, so yeah, definitely like it still was rang true in the fact that um the script was, I mean, it made sense for the show, the stories, and you kind of get a feel of all the characters,
Yeah.
especially Roxy's numbers. You could see how like self-centered she got and how crazy she got.
Yeah, her ego went up. And you know another song I really liked? I don't know what it's called, but the song that Mama Morden and Velma Kelly sings together when it's like what happened to
Class.
class? I think it's just called
Yeah,
class. Um
yeah, that was great.
I sat there the whole time being like in my head like, does it mean Skylar?
I know, as we like ventured to the flea market and we're like, what the hell happened to class? Like, what is
Yeah.
going on? I'm getting pushed into Michelle.
Yeah. I'm gonna fall over this dog in the backpack.
Well, literally, like, what? No, that's great. Yeah, the music in this, great.
What
Just
would you
great.
rank it?
7.
I'm gonna give it mm, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
Choreography. I personally love the choreography. I mean, it's yes, and Ranking did her take on it, but it's really Bob Fosse's original choreography, and I'm a big Fosse fan in general. I mean, like it's so cool how like simplistic the movements are, but like it really like pushes the story and like
Mm,
the littlest move makes the biggest impact on the audience. Like I don't know, his choreography will always amaze me. I mean, he's Bob Fosse for a reason.
yeah. So that's where we differ because I'm like, I like dance, but am I like that passionate about it? Like
Mhm.
choreography, I'm not very, I guess you could see with my favorite musicals, there's not much going on
Yeah.
dance-wise,
Yeah,
which
'cause you
is
know,
interesting.
I mean, you know what's interesting? Like I studied dance for like 20 plus years. Like I studied it even like through college. And also I
Yeah.
feel like dance has always been important in my family. My mom, you know, has her master's in dance and used to own her own dance studio and like she like studied dance. So she always made sure
Yeah.
growing up that I was exposed to all these famous like choreographers and like what makes them unique, what they do. So I feel like I fell in love with Bob Fosse because of that exposure in my family.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
it's
Definitely.
interesting to see like how we differ, I think, because of just like what we're exposed to sometimes, like growing up
Yeah,
even.
definitely. Yeah, because I liked it, but like, am I like, wow about it? And I feel like that's
Mhm.
my general consensus in a lot of these reviews is I don't tend to notice that part of it.
Mm. Like choreography in general.
Yeah, like and how it tells a story. I kind of I don't know, like do the acting and the songs and how they move it in that factor.
Do you think it's because like you didn't necessarily like study dance to like the same extent?
I don't know, I was in dance classes until I was like 15,
Hmm.
but did I have that? No.
Like you didn't do like
Um,
history of dance class or anything like that.
no. And I don't think I
Uh,
ever would,
See, I had
if
some
we're being
classes that
honest.
were like that.
Yeah. So in that factor, I'm not saying like it's bad or whatever, but I would
No, of
probably rate it
course.
like a 6, just in the fact that I don't even remember half of it.
I think that's fair. I think for
Which sounds
me,
so rude, I'm sorry. But
no,
I'm just
it's
being
not
honest.
rude. It's your opinion, and that's what we're here for. I think for me, like I kind of want to give it a 10 just because I feel like Bob Fosse's choreography deserves a 10,
Mm,
but I don't know if I want to give it the full 10.
Shebang.
I,
It's hard.
I'm between a 9 or a 10. I think I'm gonna give it a 9. Um, because I do feel like there are some parts that need to be a little bit updated to today's time. Um,
Mm,
Even just to keep in mind of politically and stuff, like what's going on. Like one part of the
mhm.
show, which made Skylar and I feel a little uncomfortable. There was like this one ensemble member, a
Yeah.
male, who was dancing with one of the females. Keep in mind, we don't know anyone's sexual preferences or anything like that, but it was like a dance move where they're like thrusting into, like he's thrusting into her from the back. And keep in mind, a lot of Bob Fosse's choreography is very sexual, but like
Mhm.
all of the other actors made sure there was a gap in between them, so they were not really
Yeah.
touching each other. He was like on her, and like he was, it was just made us feel very uncomfortable in the audience. So I feel like
Mhm.
for that reason, I'm giving it a 9 instead of the 10. I think they need to be a little more
Forgot about
mindful.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he was like looking in the audience. I don't know, it was very weird.
it was
I
a
did
weird
not like
moment.
any of that. I
Yeah,
forgot
like
about
that was
that.
literally like during intermission, the two of us looked at each other and we were like, "Did you notice
Did
this
you see?
too?"
Yeah. It was very weird. That was
Um,
icky. Icky. Very icky.
Icky, very icky.
Yeah.
What do you think of the book of the show? What
Hmm.
do you think of the story?
I think you explained it well in the fact that it's very surface level.
Hmm.
In the fact you get quick, brief summaries of the individuals. Um, I guess it makes sense. Like, it's not like a full play or musical based on each character, but then I was thinking, like, I kind of wanted more. Like, especially the girl who doesn't speak English. I forget the character's name. I didn't
Um,
remember why she was in jail.
well, you don't actually know why she's in jail. That's the whole part of her part of the cell block tango is that I don't remember what language it is. It's supposed to be another language, but
Yeah.
you don't hear her story. The only part you hear is
Okay.
at the end that she's not guilty, is what she claims. She's
Yeah.
not guilty. I think it's
I guess it might
Hungarian.
be.
I think it's
Yeah.
Hungarian.
So
But
my
yeah, so we
bad.
don't really know her story as to why she's in jail. But the reason
Yeah.
why she's important to the story is because she's the first woman that ends up getting hung for the
Yeah.
crime.
So I think like it makes sense, but everything is very surface level.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree completely. And also I felt like I don't know, I felt like the ending was rushed. Like they don't actually show you Roxy and Velma becoming friends. It's like all of a sudden it's like they're enemies. Roxy's name is out of the limelight and she's like, "Oh, I know." And then boom, they're doing the hot honey rag. And I didn't like that. I
yeah.
wanted like one more scene.
Yeah, that made no sense. It was very quick. Yeah, I forgot about that. Definitely rushed. I would probably rate it a 7 then. There were some things that you want more.
I agree. I think for me, yeah, I think a seven's fair. I think I'm gonna go
Hmm.
along with you. Ambiance and crowd control.
Ooh, we got thoughts about this.
Yeah.
Um, First thing to note which is not even like a part of it, it was pretty empty, the theater.
which is heartbreaking to see for a Broadway show. Like the mezzanine was empty.
Yeah, and it
And
was a
there
Sunday.
and we were in the orchestra. There were so many empty seats behind us.
It was wild. So where we sat, we were third row, and the couple next to us, oh my God, they were like shouting at each other, talking. It was
The
insane. They were
entire
shouting
show.
off the music. Like they were trying to be louder than the music. I was
Yeah.
like, there's
I
no way.
embarrassingly enough, like Skylar, like so they were next to Skylar, I was on the other side, and I kept like looking at them. Skylar's like, Michelle, I'm gonna do it. She's whispering to me. And I'm like, don't worry, I'll handle it. So like during the show, I keep shushing them. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah,
And like, I mean,
literally.
respectfully to the people around us. But like sometimes someone had to say it. There was no ushers doing anything.
I don't even know where our usher went. He was
Yeah,
gone.
we couldn't find our usher at intermission. We wanted to look for him to ask if we could move our seats. But meanwhile, the two
Yeah,
of us, in all honesty, ended up moving our seats anyway because
yeah,
we were like, there's so many empty seats in the theater. Why not?
exactly. It was very annoying. And like that's where it comes to the selfishness is like you're screaming over the music. And also somebody started singing during Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane. And I was
They
like, we both
did?
looked at each other. Remember?
I don't remember that.
I turned around to you. I was like, there's no way they're singing.
I don't remember that. Wow, I really don't remember.
Yeah, someone was singing. And I was like, oh my God, people, this is not a karaoke. This is Broadway.
You know, I
Like,
feel like
stop.
unfortunately that's what happens with the shows that have been running for such a long time and that are so well known. But it's
Yeah.
like, I think also because it was so empty in there, I think people thought they could get away with stuff.
Yeah. And recording. And I saw like did see flashlights recording a lot. Getting people for recording.
Yeah, like we saw that one in
Um,
the mezzanine.
yeah, that was crazy. That was
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, it was not my favorite ambiance and crowd control.
No, I didn't feel very invested in the story.
No, I felt sad for the performers that they were performing for like a half full house.
Right? Very sad. And that people weren't standing at the end. I was like, I'm getting up. Like for the
Yeah,
bows, nobody was standing. So we got up because we're like, they're performers. They just put their life on the stage. Like, yay,
yeah. I
stand
mean,
up.
overall, they did a great job. Like,
Yeah,
it was heartbreaking. I think for ambiance crowd control, I gotta give it like a 3. It wasn't my
yeah.
favorite experience.
I'm gonna give it a 3 too. That was sad.
Uh, Very sad. And like, I hope it doesn't mean that Chicago's going anywhere anytime soon. But
Yeah,
I don't
I
know how they stay
know.
alive. I mean, well, if you think about it, it's probably a show that doesn't cost a lot because it's so minimalistic.
Yeah,
So they have that in
which
their
could,
favor.
no, definitely. That makes sense. We'll see. It's a little scary
Um,
though.
so next is casting choices. And then our last category is acting and pacing, but we always kind of talk about these hand in hand.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we were supposed to see Alyssa Milano, and she was out.
I was
We
so
saw her understudy.
disappointed. I wanted to see her just because she's
Yeah,
Alyssa Milano. But actually, to be
yeah.
honest, I know someone else who went to see the show after us, and they said that she was not great. We can't depend our ranking on that though. We haven't seen her ourselves, but
No,
uh,
yeah.
they said to me that they changed a lot of choreography for her. Her singing was not on par. Like she was really a stunt casting.
Wow. Which I feel like
Also,
she's not like a huge name.
yeah. They also said that she like looked very old for the role, especially compared to the
Ooh,
ensemble.
okay. That makes a difference.
So we saw her understudy. I thought her understudy was fantastic. I thought she was one of the best
Me
parts of the
too.
show. Her voice,
Honestly, same.
stunning. She
Hmm.
acted the role to the best capacity. She was funny.
Yep.
Another person I loved in the show was the guy who played Amos, who sings Mr. Cellophane.
He was good.
He was great. He got one of the biggest applause.
Yep.
Mary Sunshine's voice was fantastic and
Hmm.
fits that role. I mean, and Max von Essen was Billy Flynn. I thought he was great as the lawyer. I was a little disappointed with Velma Kelly.
I was about to say that too.
Why were you disappointed?
Um, I just feel like she was just talking and
Hmm.
not fully acting, if that makes sense. There was a
Hmm.
lot of things that went very flat for me.
Yeah, me too. Like I felt like also her voice wasn't the strongest or her dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we saw her on an off night, but I was thinking, sitting there thinking, like, I don't know if this is who I would cast as Melma.
Yeah, no, I agree. She's not what I would have um thought. I
Hmm.
think it's a very hard role in the fact that you need not only amazing dancing skills, but like even like certain acting because she's very like she's high and mighty and like
Hmm.
seeing her downfall a little bit and when Roxy comes in, I feel like
Yeah.
she just played it in the fact that she was just like the stereotypical mean girl. And I feel like that is not how I pictured the character being played.
Me neither. It's supposed to be that this character is just trying to keep her fame, trying to
Yeah,
keep her name in the limelight. It just, and she's almost jealous in a sense of this newbie
yeah.
coming on the scene. Um, so yeah, I just felt like in some ways it kind of
Hmm.
lost its meaning. Uh, for me, overall, though, I thought the casting was good otherwise. So for me, I think I would give casting like an 8.
No, I agree completely. I would give an 8 too. The woman who played Mama,
Fantastic.
what? She was 10 out of 10.
And her voice was stunning. And I thought overall, like the pacing of the show was done really well. There weren't
Yeah.
any like really slow moments. Like I felt like invested when I needed to be.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
There wasn't any moments where like, is this a part of the show or did someone
yeah,
forget to run?
exactly. So
Yeah.
what would you rate acting and pacing?
7. Just because of the woman who played Velma.
Um, I think I would give it the same. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So we're at that point of the podcast where I have to do some calculations. So Skylar's gonna
And
keep y'all
Skylar rambles.
entertained.
Okay, so honestly, like Chicago is such like an iconic show. Oh my God, iconic. Okay, I'll just keep saying it for the rest of my life. Um, but is it gonna be in my top 10? I don't think so. I felt like we had to see it, but am I like listening to the music nowadays? Not really, which is interesting because I feel like it's such a classic on Broadway. Um,
I
not
agree. It's
saying I
like
hated it, but it was good.
I agree. Like, do I
Was
want
it
to
good?
go again? No.
No, I wouldn't go again. I'm happy we went because I feel like I need to start like checking off the classics and stuff, but like even if somebody really cool is in it, I don't know if I would go.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've had enough of it. Okie doke. So I have the scores all ready.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. Dun-dun-dun. We didn't rate them that high.
Really?
So
I guess that makes sense.
your overall rating for Chicago is a 5.6 out of 10. And
Damn.
mine is a 6 out of 10. So pretty
Interesting.
aligned for the most part. I think really where we differed was the choreography.
Yeah, definitely. Mm.
Um, yeah. I don't, you know what? At the same time, I think that is like, if you were just to ask me straight up, like what I would rate it, like on a scale of 1 to 10, I think that is what I would rate it. But I like breaking it down
Mm.
by category more.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You know what we should do is like make a list of our top tens, just like any musicals, and then like
Mm.
update them as if we see a new musical that like knocks one out. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we could do that on one of the next podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what my top 10 would be right now. I mean, I could tell you what's number one. It's Newsies. But
Of
like,
course.
I don't know what else is on my top. I
It's
never,
lame
you know
is.
what? I actually think that's a fun idea. We should do that.
Yeah, like let's think about it during the week. Maybe make like a TikTok or something and
Yeah,
then go from there.
and give updates throughout. But yeah, so that is our overall review of Chicago.
Chicago. Again, we
I
don't
am
hate it. It's just not one
no,
of our favorites.
we don't hate it. We just don't love it.
Yeah. We're glad we went. We're glad we
Mm.
experienced it. It was an adventure.
I-
Interesting
I'm
time, but
glad we only paid 49 bucks.
yeah, me too. No fees.
Um,
That's a major hack. If you do in-person rush or buy from the box office, there are no fees,
and
which
that
was
makes a
cool.
difference.
It really does. You don't realize.
Fees could be expensive.
Mm.
They add up. So yeah, but it was a great experience. I'm still happy we went together. It was a fun two-show day at the flea market. Another show that we still have to review, which we haven't done yet, which is the second show we saw that day, is Hadestown.
Yeah, we gotta do that. That's gonna be a long one. I have seen it 3 times, once each month from July to
Mhm.
September.
Yeah,
Once a month.
that one's gonna be a novel.
Yeah, so that's gonna be, I'll be talking a lot. Well, we both will, because
Yeah.
there's a
We
lot.
really like it. We're gonna have to do that one on a night where we're like really like like let's do this thing.
Yeah, today was exhausting. If you probably could guess by my music choices, we're sleepy. We're very, at least on my end,
And I'm just a
not
little like a puff ball of hairiness today, so we're very opposite.
of what? Did you say hairiness? What did
No,
you say?
I said fairiness, like a fairy, like Tinkerbell.
I'm dead.
Oh my
Oh,
God, Harry. Okay, so Skylar needs sleep, so I think it's time to
yeah.
wrap this up. Um,
She needs more sleep than she got last night.
yeah, and she needs to get peppy because we're not going to announce what show it is yet, but we're seeing a show tomorrow. So,
Yeah, after work. So
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna need coffee on
mm-hmm.
standby when I get to you.
Oh,
Thank you.
We're gonna get Starbucks. We're gonna do a little coffee
Starbies.
run. Starbies.
Yeah.
That's what me and Skylar do. It's our routine. We get Starbies, we go into the city.
I actually already
So
got my water bottle ready, so
yeah, we gotta pack our bags. We have our little matching outsider stoves. We have our
I still have my
routine.
pins. Yeah, exactly.
If anyone ever sees us at a show, like we literally have a routine. Like we stand online, we look at each other each time, and we're like, bathroom, merchandise, food, yes, yes, good. We have our
Break.
order, right?
Yeah, that's literally us. Or even when we get in your car, like we have the same movement.
Yeah, we have our routine. Like who sets up what, who puts the keys where. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
We have our little OTT in that way.
A little bit, but yeah.
But yeah, you gotta
Well,
get sleep and be peppy for tomorrow.
yeah.
But yeah, so once again, you guys, if you don't follow us already, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, it's at Love Letters to B-Way with one Y. And then on Instagram, it's Love Letters to B-Way with two Y's because one Y wasn't available. And it pissed me
Rip.
off. I say it every week. And then also for any business inquiries out there, anyone who wants to, hit a girl up, you can reach the two of us at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. Once again, loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com.
Especially Trisha Paytas.
I feel like Trisha Paytas is gonna message us one day, like angry at Skylar, and be like, "Excuse me, but iconic is copyrighted."
Yeah, she'd be like, please leave me alone. Stop tagging me and stuff.
So
Like,
yeah,
please, Trisha.
like
Come on,
Trisha, we
Trish.
just want to be your friend.
I feel like she would be the perfect third.
Yeah, we need
Just saying.
like a little
Love that
like
woman.
imagine or just like a little interview, just like
A
something
little
with
bit.
her. Just a
Yeah.
little. Just a little taste.
Exactly.
Um,
I will
but
be
any,
listening to her podcast tomorrow. So yeah.
oh God, you're gonna be saying iconic art all night, aren't you?
Yeah. Get ready.
Maybe I'll make an iconic counter video on TikTok. Every time you say iconic, I add to it.
Oh my God, you should do that.
I think I'm going to.
That's so funny. Oh, like one day, just like every time you like whip out your phone, Gaia. That's
That'd be
funny.
so funny. Well, anyway, let's see if we could do this thing because we mess it up every time.
It's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. We
We're
mess up
both so
every time.
serious.
Okay, we are signing off
Hang off
on
on
our
our
eighth
eighth
love.
love letter to Broadway.
That one was not good. I rate that 0 out of 10.
I was trying to watch your lips while you talk. Like, is she gonna go?
I
Okay,
I was
no,
watching you while I was talking, and I was like, is she not going?
I'm dead. Okay, we will
It's
figure
okay.
this out sometime. But thank you so
Yeah.
much for listening. My name is
Thank you.
Skylar.
And I'm Michelle once again, and we're Love Letters to Broadway. Have a great
See you
week,
next week.
everyone.
Bye.